Yo, what up, Knicks fans? You're watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. I appreciate everybody taking time out of their busy schedules to hang out with us over here as we're going to break down the latest news and rumors surrounding your New York Knicks. We're going to talk about RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart and how they are doing so far in the, I guess you would just call it, international games that are going on. We also have some rumors via Fred Katz in The Athletic when it comes to Jericho Sims, Miles McBride, and Immanuel Quickley. Trade rumors surrounding those three players. Then we got a mailbag coming up. So a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to get back to answering questions from all of you. Was not able to do a live stream last week. I was on vacation, so I'm excited to get back live on the channel and interact with all of the real ones. Speaking of real ones, let's hit a real one roll call. If you're a real one, you know what to do. Go ahead and spam that comment section right now. I'm going to give you all a shout out. As my man Stolen Harley put hashtag real one down in the comment section. We appreciate you. If you're a real one, drop a real one down in the comment section. Let's ride. Crim's dad says, psh, I'm not taking time for this. I don't even know what that means, Crimmy. Crimmy's kind of been upset with us.
I think it's mainly me.
Yeah, I don't know what your beef is with Seeps. If we need to kick him off the show, let us know, Crimmy.
Come on, Crimmy.
As he does then say real ones. Shout out to JJ, Julio, Raekwon King, RCoolC66. M. Dot says, I'm a real one. I have been subscribed for 3 years.
Wow.
Is that true? I don't know if that's true. If it is, shout out to you. My man Sheldon says, let's go, Knicks. What up, Sheldon? Park Ave says, real one. JJ said, what up, Marsh? What up, Seep? What up, JJ? My man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. May just have to enter that down maybe once more time. Every day is Halloween. Haunted Travel says, Knicks need a power forward. Well, they have an all-NBA power forward on this roster in Julius Randle, who I know that we're all not the biggest fans of, but at the end of the day, he is one of the best players at his position in the NBA. That's why he's been selected to the All-NBA team twice in the past 2 years. Has he... Mars, you said thank you for taking time. Taking time out of your day. Taking time out of your day. Thanks for taking time out of your day. Oh, are you saying you're not taking time out of your day? I got you now. I think I got you. M. Dot says, I promise I have been subscribed for 3 years. I appreciate that, my man. Blackout News says, real one all day. Yes, sir. M. Dot says, I want to trade Randle for Bam. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Manyo Tabob says, real one. Gregory, what up, Greg, is a real one as well. Yeah, I know there's still some mixed feelings about Julius Randle. I do want to focus a little bit on Team USA, as it's really Team New York Knicks, with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart on the basketball team. Brunson looked really good in the game the other day. I think it was against Germany. I don't remember exactly who they played, but he absolutely cooked them. Went 9-9 from the field and was just on fire. With all of these players, though, I want to ask this question. If you could pick a player from Team USA to be a member of the New York Knicks, who would you want it to be? Is it Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Austin Reeves, Paolo Banchero, Mikal Bridges, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson, Cam Johnson, Walker Kessler, or Bobby Portis? Seeps, if you could have any of these guys join the Knicks, which one would you want it to be?
So I go Bridges number one still, no doubt. If I had to go anyone besides Bridges, best fit for the Knicks right now, I think it would be Jaren Jackson. Just have that another defensive anchor down there. I mean, could you imagine Jaren Jackson next to Mitchell Robinson with the point of attack defenders and obviously Josh Hart and Grimes and the boys? I'd probably go JJJ or Bridges. I know earlier before we hopped on here, you were a big fan of Paolo.
Yeah, I mean, I think youngest on the team, former number 1 overall pick, Paolo Banchero. I would love for him to be a member of the Knicks. But when we talk about realistic guys, you're looking at Mikal Bridges, Brandon Ingram, and that's really probably about it. I'd love Anthony Edwards, but I think we're still years away from him being done with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I'd probably go, if I'm factoring in any sort of realism, I'd roll with Mikal Bridges. There's been a lot of talk, though, about Brandon Ingram, former teammate of Josh Hart, dating back to the New Orleans Pelicans days. I know you are a big Brandon Ingram fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ingram. It's just the health with him, and he doesn't really bring it defensively as much as I would like because of obviously his size. He has the potential to be a really good defender. But Ingram would also be a great fit next to Jalen Brunson. I think the Knicks they need to upgrade that R.J. Barrett spot, and they just need to get more out of that 3 position, and that's going to take them to the next level. We got a little Austin Reeves in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's the same old as like DiVincenzo, Hart, like those. Maybe he's better than those guys, but same type of role.
Yeah, and you would have 2 kind of defensive liabilities with him and Jalen Brunson. He's a bucket, though. There's no doubt about it.
Cam Johnson, too.
I am a huge Cam Johnson fan.
Yes.
I would honestly rather have Cam Johnson on this team than R.J. Barrett, but that's just my opinion. I think he just fits better. He's the spacer. He's a little bit more athletic, I would say. He's got way more size, better defender. I just think that he fits a little bit more. But speaking of RJ, he's been doing some work as well for Team Canada. And their most recent game, Seeps, he went to absolute work.
Yeah, I mean, 31 points, 13 of 14.
4-4 from 3. Is year 5 RJ going to be different?
Yeah, we hope. Who is this game against? Do you remember? Is it like Germany? Or
I think his game was against Germany and ours was against Spain. And by ours, I mean America, because that's what we are, American. That's what it was. USA played Spain. RJ and Canada played Germany. What was funny, I was reading kind of a little recap of the game, and they had RJ Barrett as the point of attack defender. He was guarding Dennis Schroeder for a lot of that game.
Really? Is he moving his feet a little more this offseason? He's getting a little quicker vertically?
I don't know what's going on there. But, yep, the New York Knicks, they're showing out. R.J. Barrett was great. Jalen Brunson was great in their most recent games. I can't wait for the FIBA World Cup to get underway.
Tell me this is not the most Jalen Brunson stat line ever.
Ridiculous, dude. The dude is just a freaking beast.
6-foot unathletic guard. And I'm sorry, JB. You're athletic, but not compared to like obviously like the other dudes in the league. And he goes 22, 5, and 9 of 9. Like the fact that he can go 9 of 9 so consistently, yeah, dude, he's just incredible.
And it's like all on jump shots. It's not like he's dunking or like getting uncontested
or even
layups.
If he's getting to the rim, that's still so impressive just because of his stature.
Sheldon says, man, but are we going to make a trade? Because when you look at it, Leon Rose is not doing nothing. I don't think that's fair to say. I would say Leon Rose has actually done a pretty good job the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Signed Jalen Brunson to a steal of a contract, traded for Josh Hart, brought in Dante DiVincenzo, added Isaiah Hartenstein, drafted Quentin Grimes and Immanuel Quickley. I wouldn't say he's not doing nothing. I think he's done a pretty good job. Maybe left a little to be desired, and he's had some hiccups along the way. The Evan Fournier move was bad. Trading for Cam Reddish was bad. But I don't think it's fair to say he's done nothing because the Knicks have 2 playoff appearances in the last 3 years, and that's like double the amount they had in the prior 10 years.
And the best move of the past probably couple off seasons was getting Jalen Brunson on that deal.
Yeah, I would say he's probably the best free agent acquisition this league has seen in a long, long time. Like, think about other key players that have changed teams in free agency. Who are ones that have been just as good? I mean, shoot, you may even have to talk about Julius Randle going from the Pelicans to the Knicks in that list as well. Sure, on paper you could say KD and Kyrie going to the Nets, but that didn't really improve their team all that much. They didn't have much success. What other free agency guys have changed teams in recent free agency that have really been impactful? Do you got to go all the way back to KD to the Warriors? I mean,
like guys that have really moved the needle. Like,
was Wiggins to the Warriors a trade, or that was trade?
That was D'Lo.
D'Lo trade.
Like the AD to the Lakers, that was a trade.
Like the free agency moves. I mean, I think you got to put Brunson and Julius Randle at the top in the past 7 years.
Yeah,
they're up there, no doubt about it. I do want to take kind of a quick turn right here. This is a little segment that I always love to do because the viewers that we have on this channel range from age 5 to age 99 and a half. So I want you all in the comments right now to name a random Knick. And no, Carmelo Anthony's not random. Patrick Ewing is not random. Jalen Brunson is not random. Someone like Lou Amundsen, I would say that is a random Knick. Or a guy like Michael Sweetney, I would say, is a random Knick. What about a guy like...
I'll go Steve Novak.
Steve Novak, Andrea Bargnani, Steve Francis.
I feel like Novak's actually like a known...
Yeah, I don't even know if Novak is all that random. I want you guys to name a random Knick in the comments section. Eddie Curry, that's all right. Anthony Mason, that's not really random. T-Mac, that is a random Knick. Tracy McGrady, Baron Davis, Penny Hardaway. What are some other random Knicks? Emmanuel Mudiay. Jose Calderon. That's a random Knick right there. Ron Artest. That's a random Knick. Tyson Chandler. He won Defensive Player of the Year with the Knicks. I'm not going to call that random.
Not random, but my favorite duo, my favorite role player duo of all time, Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith.
I love that. They were 2K cheat codes.
Yes.
That's for sure. Antonio McDyess. What about Anthony Randolph? That's maybe a name that some people don't remember. What about someone like Ronnie Turioff? I used to call him Rice-A-Roni Turioff. Have you ever had Rice-A-Roni or whatever that damn thing was called back in the day? Bill Cartwright. David Lee was an all-star. Not really going to call him random. Xavier McDaniel, Anthony Mason, Bob McAdoo, Steve Francis.
Yeah.
These are all right. You guys aren't bringing your A game today. None of these are just random. Sprewell. Is Latrell Sprewell a random Knick? I would say no. What's another random Knick? Let me get one for you. Maybe I'm not setting the stage well enough for what a random Knick is. What about Landry Fields? I'd say that's a random Knick. What about, Langston Galloway? That's a random Knick. Othello Harrington. We're getting better. Wilson Chandler. That's a good one. That's a good one. Torrey Murray. Stolen Heart. That is a random Knick. What about this one? Ron Baker.
That's a good one.
What about Clee Anthony Early?
Also, Alonzo Trier.
Trier. See, we're getting better.
One.
We're getting better at the game. Kiki Vandeweghe, Jerome James as Nick Davidov comes in with a $20 super chat. Davidov with the glasses. My man, I'm still waiting for me to get a top hat and some glasses like that. I need to match your swag. I love that. Alexi Shved, Stolen Harley is winning the Rename a Random Knick game right now. Jalen Rose, so real. That's a good one.
Nate Robinson, I don't know if that's...
Yeah, I wouldn't call Nate Robinson all that random. I'm going to think if I could think of one more before we get going. Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby is a random Knick. Y'all can keep getting those in the comment section. My guy Joey DeLuca says, give me a shout-out, brothers, please. I love when y'all do that for real. I'm a huge fan. Joey, shout out to you, my man. Hope all is well. So some news across the NBA. The association dropped the schedule for the in-season tournament. And the Knicks will be playing the Milwaukee Bucks, the Washington Wizards, the Miami Heat, and the Charlotte Hornets. These are the four teams that they are in a pod in, and that is called Pod B. You have to have the best record of the teams in your pod, and then there will be one wild card team awarded to the team that has the best record that didn't win their pod. I want to ask you this question, Seeps, and we could pop it up on screen. Are you a fan of the NBA in-season tournament? Like, what do you make of all this?
Okay, so I like the idea. Like, I like them trying to get some competitive juice in the middle of the season because we know, like, the NBA regular season, it sucks. Like, just the competitive level, like, it's just not there. But the one thing that pisses me off the most, Marsh, is in the championship game, the stats don't matter. Like, I think we might get a situation where let's just say it's Bucks, like, Warriors in the championship game. And you're like, holy shit, it's Bucks, Warriors. I could see those teams being like, let's just say Curry's got a rolled ankle or Giannis is a little banged up. Why would they take a risk at all if it doesn't even go towards the record and it doesn't even go towards the stats in that championship game? Like, that's where I'm a little nervous where the league could be like, the championship game could be a bunch of twos playing. Yeah,
and like we were saying this in the Chat Sports Studios, how much does an NBA Cup, that's what they're going to call it, it sounds like, the championship. Like, how much does winning the NBA in-season tournament go in the long run? Like, what does it mean? Like, is that the equivalent of one NBA champ? I don't know.
I literally don't think it matters whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't either, to be quite honest with you.
Like, be honest. Are you going to be like, let's just say the Knicks win it this year?
We're the champs. We're the
in-season champs. I don't think we're going to care at all.
No.
Like, who cares?
I'm with you.
Like, I'd rather have, like, Brunson win, like, All-Star Game MVP. Like, I think that would be cooler for them, like, the Knicks. But I don't know. I'm against it. I'm not a fan of it. I just don't really see, I just don't see the reason.
Yeah. I mean, the reason is the NBA wants to bring more eyeballs to the regular season games, and they think this is going to give it some sort of importance. I don't mind it. I'm hoping that they ditch it after one season.
You know what you do? And they would never do it because of the money? You shorten the regular season. If you want these games to be played with a little more intensity, a little more sense of urgency, the players would always disagree with it because obviously it would affect like all-time stats and all that. But like, shit, bring it down to a 65-game season. You'll see these guys, or somehow make like seeding in the playoffs matter more.
Like if you win the in-season tournament, you're guaranteed your top 4 seed in your conference.
Yeah, or you get like home.
Yeah, home court that first round. You get the 4th seed. If you're not if you're the 6th seed, you automatically get the 4th seed, so you have home court advantage in round 1.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you this. I've heard, and I know you. Whatever your opinions are of Nick Wright, he suggested this to improve the regular season. The number 1 team in the conference gets to choose who they play in the first round, so it's not based off seeding. So the top 4 teams get to pick their opponents. So
it's like a draft.
Yeah. So like this past year, like. You know how the Grizzlies got matched up with the Lakers?
Yeah.
And they were the 2 seed? They would have never picked the Lakers to get played. So that was another way that...
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be interesting. I would like to see, like, the winner of the NBA midseason cup. Like, let's say just for shits and gigs, the Knicks win it, right? Like, and then they ended up the season as the 6th seed. They automatically get the 4th seed. I think that'd be cool. Like... Give a reward to the team instead of just, more money for the players.
Yeah, because, listen, I know $500,000 is, like, life-changing for 99.9% of the country, but, like, listen, Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, with their contracts, like, are they really, like, am I going to put my body on the line for this $500,000, or would I rather kind of reserve myself a little bit and really go for it at the end of the year?
Or if it's like, hey, can we go win this tournament, secure a top 4 seed, and maybe coast a little bit the rest of the year.
True.
So, I think a team reward is a little bit, more exciting for the team, but also for the fans, because it's like...
What do the fans care about their players getting an extra $500K?
Exactly. I mean, like, am I really... Like, look, we're going to be live on the channel for the watch parties during the play, or whatever the hell you want to call it, in-season tournament, but, like...
Are you going to have any more juice for this compared to a regular season game?
It's going to be interesting.
Like, are we going to be like, the Knicks, we're the NBA in-season tournament champs?
Hang the banner. Do you hang a banner in your arena?
No.
Do you hang a banner in your arena for an in-season tournament win?
If you walk into MSG and you see NBA in-season tournament champions 2023, the Knicks are cursed. I'll tell you what, I bet you there's going to be a curse for whoever wins the NBA in-season tournament. I bet you they'll, like, never make the NBA championship or something like that.
Exactly. Like, after 3 years, like, you don't want to win.
You don't want to win the tournament, yeah.
That's electric. We got 140 people watching. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. We're about to dive into the latest news and rumors. Fred Katz of The Athletic put an awesome piece out today on the state of the team. Go check it out. He's an awesome Twitter follow. We're going to break down some of the things he said. But first, I need you all to hit that thumbs up icon. 140 people watching, 34 likes. Those are rookie numbers. I literally just got a message from my boss that said if we don't get to 69 likes, we're not going to start the show. So there it is. Hit that thumbs up icon. We're 35 likes away. If you have liked the video, type me in the comment section, and I'll give you a shout out. I want to get into today's show. I want to talk about Immanuel Quickley, Jericho Sims, Miles McBride, and this mailbag we're going to get into, but you all need to like the video. So hit that thumbs up icon.
Let's go.
Shout out to Mendel, Mr. Pete, M. Dot, looking for my Harley. I like that name. I like
Ooh.
that. I wonder who that is. Turtle Power, Will, Stolen Harley. Deadpool on YouTube. M. Dot. Turtle Power says, me and other random Nick is Dimitro Skopinstev. That's a good one. Another random Nick, Rasheed Wallace.
I didn't even know he played for them.
Rasheed Wallace, that's a good one. My man Boston Nick, what's up, brother? Appreciate you stopping by and showing some love to the stream. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon and let's get into it. Are the New York Knicks looking to trade Jericho Sims or Miles McBride? We're going to unpack that in today's video. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Fred Katz, an NBA insider and a New York Knicks beat reporter that works for The Athletic, put out an article where he was just answering questions from fans. And the fan asked him, who are the players on the New York Knicks roster that are most likely to be traded? And he worked through some players and he got to talking about Jericho Sims and Miles McBride. And he went on to say, quote, neither Sims nor McBride would be headliners in a trade since they are on cheap salaries and are out of the rotation. Other teams have tried to land them as throw-ins before, and the Knicks haven't been amenable. They like those two guys too much just to give them away. I could not see either Sims or McBride being moved unless their salaries were necessary to make a major trade work. And this is good news if you are a fan of the New York Knicks, because team building 101 is this. You don't trade cheap young talent. And that is exactly what Jericho Sims and Miles McBride are. Are they winning rotational pieces right now? You know, that's TBD at the moment. But I do think that there is a place down the line that they could be valuable players for a winning team. And I'm not against using them as a trade sweetener, because I do believe if you are in trade talks, let's just say, for example, with the Chicago Bulls, and you're trying to make a trade for Zach LaVine, I would say Jericho Sims is more trade. His Jericho Sims trade value is higher than a second-round pick. Or Miles McBride's trade value is higher than a second-round pick, because we've seen them in the league at least have some sort of success and be able to contribute to winning, and they are cost-controlled for a couple of more years. I'm a fan of McBride. I'm a fan of Jericho Sims. They're exciting young players, and they bring juice to this team that they don't really get from other players. We're going to dive more into their stats, and I'll ask you a question later on in the show, but I want to ask this one right now. Who has more upside? Who would you feel more confident in betting on to have a better NBA career? Is it Miles McBride? Is it Jericho Sims? Type MM for Deuce or JS for Jericho Sims. And I do know this. If the New York Knicks and Leon Rose make a move, and if it's about Jericho Sims or Miles McBride, no matter who it's about, we're going to be getting a video out on the channel as soon as possible for all of the Knicks Now subscribers. So subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss a thing when it comes to the orange and blue. Let's start with Jericho Sims. We'll get to Miles McBride in a couple of minutes. I truly do believe, at my core of basketball knowledge, that Jericho Sims could be a rotational player on a winning basketball team. Is he ever going to be the starting center on a team that's competing for an NBA championship? Probably not. But can he be the first big off the bench on a team that is trying to win a championship? I do believe that he can be that guy. Let's talk about who he is and what he brings to the floor. First off, he is a hyper-athletic big, and he is an elite rim runner. He was in the NBA dunk contest for a reason. Did he kind of flame out and embarrass Knicks fans because his performance was atrocious? Yes, but we've seen him go to the top of the glass and grab a rebound from the stripe. We've seen him dunk it from all sorts of angles, and that carries me to point number 2. He is a real threat in that dunker spot. I would honestly say he's a better alley-oop catcher than a guy like Mitchell Robinson, because you can put it a little bit. The pass doesn't have to be perfect. I think Sims is more athletic than Mitchell Robinson. He's definitely got more bounce, and he can come out of a vertical leap higher. Robinson's bigger, and he's got longer arms, but we've seen that Mitch isn't the best lob threat, whereas I think Jericho Sims Brunson drives left. He's on that right block. He could just put it up there at the top of the square, and Sims can go get it. Another thing that I really like about his game is he is a relentless attacker on the glass, offensively and defensively. I think if Tom Thibodeau could create a bench center, Jericho Sims would have a lot of the same qualities that Tibbs would put into the center that he can create, let's say, in NBA 2K. I also think that he's a solid weak side defender. We've seen him come from the opposite block and smack someone's shit out of there and make a nice block. And we've also seen when he's involved in a pick and roll on the perimeter, he's able to move his feet better than almost 90% of the centers in this league. A great athlete, great size, got a really strong lower body where he can move side to side. He's quick, and he's a good defender overall. And the thing that I think is going to help him become a better player in this league and see more minutes is his offensive game. Yes, he's really right now just a dunker spot threat, but he's got a little sneaky touch around the basket. We've seen that little push shot that he's executed a couple of times. He's solid from the free throw line. And when you are a big man and you can shoot 60, 70, 80% from the free throw line, that shows that you can be a threat on the offensive end by being able to knock down a couple of short jumpers. He has some touch. He has a little bit of that baby hook. I mean, when you look at Jericho Sims' stats as a starter throughout his NBA career, he's started 21 games in 2 years since coming out of Texas. And in those 21 games, he's averaging 26.5 points per game. 26.5 minutes per game, excuse me. He's giving you 5 points per game, 7 rebounds, 2.5 of which are offensive rebounds, averaging just under a block per game in those starts, and he's shooting 77% from the field. I'm a big fan of Jericho Sims, but I will say this. Having Jericho and Mitchell Robinson on the team is a bit repetitive because they are somewhat the same player. Robinson is the better player than Sims at this point, but you're not having very much versatile guy that can switch in and out of the lineup. You're getting two guys that are defensive-oriented, that can protect the rim and finish out of the dunker spot. That's why I like Isaiah Hartenstein a little bit more as that backup big, just because he gives you a different look, feel, shot diet, and archetype than someone like Robinson. But I am a fan of Jericho Sims, and I would not be the biggest fan of trading him, but I definitely could see him being used as some sweetener in a blockbuster trade. We're going to break down Miles McBride just around the corner, but first, get hooked up with our awesome t-shirts, Knicks Now Real One tees. We've got the OG blue ones, but we've got the brand new black ones. They're the 2023-2024 season Real One tees. Get yours today at this link right here, chatsports.com/realknicks. Let's talk about Miles McBride. As Fred Katz pretty much said, that teams have inquired about now the third-year player out of West Virginia, a.k.a. Press Virginia. And I share kind of the same thoughts that I have with Jericho Sims. I don't want to trade him, but I would include him in a deal if it helps me land a superstar. I'll say this. Deuce always has a spot on my team, and I don't think that Deuce McBride will ever be that first guard off the bench for a team like Jericho Sims could be the first big off of a bench for a team. But I will always have a spot for Deuce McBride to be my third point guard and be the guy that comes in and is just a pest on the defensive end. We saw in the playoffs in the limited action against the Cleveland Cavaliers, he had a couple of stops on Donovan Mitchell, banked home a three, and kind of turned everybody up in that game. He can fill in when there's an injury in for a couple of games and give you some juice. Just be an absolute menace on the defensive end. That is always going to be his calling card in the league. But he's not really a point guard. He's just 6'1", so you automatically think he's a guard. But I would say this. He actually plays more like a wing than a point guard. I don't think his handle is all that tight. He doesn't create that much separation. He's not really a pick-and-roll player. He can't really create his own offense off the bounce. And while that can be looked at as a good thing or a bad thing, I'm just saying that even though he is your third point guard, you really still only have two on this roster because he's more of a guy that plays off the ball. If he wants to get more minutes in the NBA, though, he has to become a better shooter. You know, I love the energy. I love the defense. I love the swag. I love the intensity. I love the fact that he's a great teammate and people love playing with him and having him as a teammate. But at the end of the day, if you can't make shots in the NBA at least at a league average clip. It doesn't matter how good of a defender you are. It's going to be hard to get you minutes, even if you're coached by Tom Thibodeau. I do love that he can change a game with his energy. It seems like when you're watching a game, you just know when Deuce McBride has entered. He comes in, he gives you juice, he picks up 90 feet, he plays defense, not afraid to hack anybody. I love what he brings to this team. He just has to be a better offensive player at the end of the day. And I'm saying that because I want to see him play more minutes, because I think there is a role on this team that he could fill. But you can't shoot 33.7% from the field, and you can't shoot 28.2% from three. These are his career stats per 36 minutes. In those 36 minutes, he's giving you 13.5 points per game, 5 assists, 2.5 steals. But, man, no matter if you're Ron Artest or Bruce Bowen, if you are an absolute nothing ball on offense, it's going to be hard to play. And right now, that's kind of the boat that Miles McBride is playing is. But I do like him as a third point guard on a team that plays defense, comes in and roughs you up a little bit. I mean, you look at this team, you don't need him to play a lot of minutes, but he can come in and give you juice every once in a while. When it bounce back to Jericho Sims, I would keep him on this team. I do think you need 3 centers because let's say Mitchell Robinson goes down, you need one to come off the bench, and we've seen that Robinson throughout his NBA career has not been the most reliable player when it comes to being injury or not injured, I guess is the way to phrase that. Overall, look, the Knicks don't have anyone on this roster from the last 2 NBA drafts. They don't have a draft pick. They had Trevor Keels. They waived Trevor Keels. They still own his G League rights, but he's not contributing to the New York Knicks anytime soon. And with no draft picks on the roster from the last 2 NBA drafts, players like Deuce McBride and Jericho Sims are so important. I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. Cheap, young, cost-controlled talent. That's what these 2 players are. And when you don't have draft picks, you got to fill that box with some sort of check mark. And Deuce and Jericho, they do that at least a little bit. As always, remember, you can follow me over on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. If you want to talk more Deuce, if you want to talk more Jericho, hit me up over there at @MarshallGreen_.
Ooh, more upside.
Who do you think? Who's got more upside in your opinion?
Definitely Jericho.
I think so too. I think he could be a rotational player on a winning team.
Dude, I mean, we were calling for Jericho to play over Hartenstein for a little bit last
at the beginning of the season, we were. He was looking better than him.
I mean, I'm a fan of Jericho. Like I like his archetype. I like that style of big, like that rim running. If he would get better at protecting the rim, though, he could be like extremely valuable. But that's the thing. Like, can he get better at protecting the rim? Because I don't know the numbers, but I probably guess he's probably average, if not below average, as a true rim protector. Yeah,
in the grand scheme of things, he's got the size, the strength, the athletic ability. We know he can jump through the roof. He doesn't have the longest arms. That's one thing for sure. I'm a fan of his, though. First big off the bench, I think it could work. I mean, shoot, we saw him start games when Mitchell Robinson went out, and he was all right. We even saw that the Knicks ran Isaiah Hartenstein and Jericho Sims together. I like Deuce. I worry if he's ever going to get that offensive game.
It's like I feel like Deuce is like that. He's kind of like a chess piece that he just does that one really thing well. Like he will only kind of like the way Tibbs used him. Like end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
All I need you to do is give me everything you got to get a stop against Donovan Mitchell. I think those guys are valuable in the NBA playoffs because, like, you can use a guy like that. Like, I mean, we've seen it with Tibbs. I thought Tibbs used him perfectly during the playoffs. It's just can he find a consistent role? I don't think so. I mean, he's such a negative offensively.
32% from the field is bad.
And what was the one possession in the playoffs where it was just him just dribbling?
And it was when Jalen Brunson came out for 3 minutes in Game 6. He just dribbled the air out of the basketball because he can't get anywhere. Doesn't have the handle. I will say, I wish he was 3 inches taller because he could be kind of like Gary Payton Jr. for the Warriors.
Dude, I was just going to fucking say that. That is so weird. I was literally just going to be like, if he was more of a dunker, like, because Gary Payton's 6'3", and he can, dunk like he's 6'9". I was like, that is who he could be.
I know.
It's just like, have we seen a player of his style get consistent minutes on a team that's made a championship
Can he ever be a
run?
Patrick Beverley? I don't know. I don't think so.
See, but the thing is, Bev, like, He's got some offensive game.
Yeah, he can at least shoot threes.
And he's
All you need Deuce McBride to do is shoot 35% from three. And and then you have to play him.
Tibbs is probably telling him, like, I want to play you so bad. You just need to be a catch-and-shoot guy.
Yeah.
Like, improve that.
Yeah. But I would like to keep both these guys on the roster. But look, say the Bulls come calling, we're willing to give up Zach LaVine, but we want one of these guys. You probably do have to give him up at the end of the day. We do have a couple of super chats to get to. Phil.
I couldn't figure this out.
Felicio? Felicio? Felicio?
Cristiano Felicio, Bulls legend.
Felicio. This one may be going up over my head.
Phil Acio.
Felicio.
Phil A.
I don't think so.
Phil Ace. Phil. It's.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. I feel like
this
you guys.
One's too good. It's over my head. I don't get it. But they say hi, Seeps.
How you doing, Crimmy? Welcome back. All right, now they're laughing at us. Let us know on the inside joke. Crim's dad's not going to be happy.
Felicio.
Felicio.
I don't get it.
I'm very confused. Can somebody explain in the chat?
Yep, I don't know. I don't get it.
Y'all don't get it.
No.
You get it, CPJ?
We do not get it. What up, CPJ? Phil A. O.
Phil A. Fallacious? Oral? Where's oral? Where are you getting oral from?
I don't get it. Next one coming in from Stella Virgin. Get that one.
I got that one.
Deuce McBride needs to bring it. That last one has stumped me.
I still don't know.
I don't either.
Falacio.
It's a play on the word fellatio. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Maybe we don't know what that means.
Yeah, do we not know fellatio?
Don't say that too loud. It might be something really bad.
Yeah. They're saying we need a dictionary. Look up the definition.
Oh, Yep.
It's a.
Yep. It's a little oral.
All right, Crim's dad, you got it.
You got us on that one, Crimmy.
Here's your crown, Crim's dad. Here's your crown.
Get it. You get it. Stella Virgin, we appreciate the super chat. As Love C comes in with a $2 super chat, says whenever Deuce is in the G League, he denominates.
He nominates.
He denominates the G League, huh?
Deuce McBride, G League denominator.
G League denominator. I will say,
they are having too much fun with us trying to figure that out.
Johnson, your crown of being a troll might have been stolen.
I think that was the movement right there, is seeing that from Crim's dad stumping us on stream.
Yeah. They got us on that one because I had never heard of that word. It must be an old head thing.
Yeah, just us young guns just don't know what you old heads got to say.
That's ridiculous. Lovey, we appreciate it. And yes, I agree. Deuce is in the G League as a denominator.
He's a denominator.
What's like the thing in the fraction at the bottom? Is that called denominator?
Yeah, denominator and what's the one up top?
I don't remember.
We're not even going to get in this conversation. We're just going to embarrass ourselves even more.
Holy shit. My man OG, what's up, brother? My man OG sent me a picture of him in the Real Ones tee. I was supposed to get that on the... Yeah, I showed Seeps. I was supposed to get that on the show today. Numerator, that's what it is. Numerator and denominator. That's why we talk ball. That's why we talk ball. CPJ, we're not saying you're an old head, but if you know what whatever the hell the word was, maybe we just need to step it up. Oh, we do have a live Q&A coming up, and I need to answer questions from you guys. So real, CPJ, Melbster, OG, the angry casual fans, everybody watching right now, go ahead and ask a question for me down in the comment section. Use hashtag Knicks. That way producer Patrick Seatman can pop it up on screen, and we can talk about it. Help us out. Drop a question. Enough with the sexual innuendos.
Yeah. Grow up, everybody.
How about we talk Knicks?
I thought we're talking hoops.
Yeah. We're talking about freaking denominators in the G League.
Talking numerators, denominators.
Shout out to everybody. Get a question in. Use hashtag Knicks or Super Chat. All Super Chats that relate to the Knicks, we're going to pop those up in the mailbag. As Annie... Is this what, any position? I like that.
Oh,
any that's a good one.
Let's go, Marsh. Good shit. Good shit. Shout out to Marsh.
Shout out to Crimmy. I like this
Let's
one.
Go.
Which Knick can fill the most holes positions?
Probably
Probably Josh Hart, right? He can play the 2, the 3, the 4.
Josh Hart can fill most holes. I feel like RJ also is a sneaky hole fill guy.
We're going to see RJ play some backup 4 this year.
You think so?
I do think we're going to see RJ Barrett play some small ball 4. Yeah, that was a loaded question, Daniel. That was loaded. I mean, we are at 69 likes, so that's awesome.
Wow.
Let's get to 100 likes. Hit that thumbs up icon. Shout out to Annie. Is it Annie Poe is the first name, or is first name Annie last
Poe.
name Position?
Annie
Let me know.
Position.
Annie, let me know. Is it Annie Position or Annie Position? Let me know. Let me know.
Dante can fill.
Yeah, Dante could play a couple of different spots. He says middle is Poe. Okay, so Annie Poe.
Annie Poe.
Annie Poe.
You know you're in the dog days of NBA offseason when we got Crim's dad YouTube names highlighting the show right now.
He's outdoing Johnson Yu.
Johnson Yu, you're in the hot seat right now.
I'm not gonna lie, Johnson Yu needs to pick his game up.
Johnson Yu's a fan favorite for me.
He is.
Like, I love Johnson Yu. He set the tone. I don't know. His title might be moving on to Crimmy.
Are his best days behind him?
Damn, Johnson. Marsha's saying you're out of your prime.
It was a question. Ethan Goldberg says, I heart Johnson Yu.
He's the OG.
I actually haven't seen Johnson Yu in the chat in forever.
I don't know if Johnson Yu, he's been checked out. Damn. Damn. Johnson Yu's not happy.
Well, JU, we love you, brother. Get your questions in. Hashtag Knicks or Super Chat. 2311 Dada says trade Randle to get Obi back. You guys got to give it up.
You guys got to chill.
Give it up with Obi Toppin. Jesus.
Do y'all not remember like us yelling at Obi for like in the playoff games for just terrible body language? Like,
y'all treat Obi like that one fine-ass girl from high school that you bagged one time, and then she went on to like do bad things in life. But it's like, I still love her. I still love her.
She was like the girl you dated freshman year of high school, got pregnant like her junior year, and you're just like...
Started working in the local strip. It's like, dude, shit changes, man. He ain't that guy. He ain't that guy anymore. Yeah, the angry casual fan. Obi is the next Dr. J. I thought he was the next Amari Stoudemire. That's what Knicks fans told me. Oh, my gosh. You guys are freaking hilarious. We do have a mailbag coming up. Hashtag Knicks or Super Chat.
Let's go. Get those questions in there. Get those questions in there. CPJ, he knows ball.
CPJ, we appreciate you. William says, what's good with the Embiid talks? William, ask that same question. Just include hashtag Knicks like you see on screen. That gives Patrick Seatman, producer Seeps, who's doing a great job. It's actually this way to pop it up on screen. You got to use hashtag Knicks.
Yeah.
Let's get into some Immanuel Quickley trade buzz, though, as
It's juicy.
I definitely took the fan from Studio C. There's none in here.
Tell him to start crying.
Yeah. 66 live on Eagles. All righty, let's get into it. Knicks trade rumors featuring Immanuel Quickley. Are the New York Knicks taking and making calls about a potential Immanuel Quickley trade? Let's dive into it as you're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Fred Katz of The Athletic is reporting that the Knicks have had discussions with other teams about a potential Immanuel Quickley trade. This is what he said. The Knicks have discussed Quickley in trades this summer. Though objectives have changed since last autumn when they were on the prowl for a first-round pick in exchange for the guard. Excuse me about that. I almost threw up. After a second-place finish in the NBA Sixth Man of the Year voting, the price is higher. They don't want to take a step back after a 47-win campaign. And of course the Knicks don't want to take a step back after winning 47 games. But Leon Rose has a very difficult decision to make when it comes to Immanuel Quickley. Do they extend him? Do they give him the money that he's asking for? Or do they trade him prior to him becoming a restricted free agent this offseason? If you're going to extend him, you better empty out the checkbook and the piggy bank because he wants a lot of money. Reports are coming out that Immanuel Quickley is looking for a 5-year, $100 million deal. That would pay him about $20 million per year. I'm no math wizard, but 100 divided by 5, $20 million. And if you're paid $20 million per year, that would make you the 33rd highest paid guard in the NBA in the year of 2023. And I don't think that that is an overpay for Immanuel Quickley by any means because he's better than Joe Harris, who's making 19.9. I think he's better than Spencer Dinwiddie. I think he's just as good as a healthy Malcolm Brogdon. I would take Immanuel Quickley over Terry Rozier. Anthony Simons is a really good player, but how much better is he than Immanuel Quickley? And you see Michael Conley making 24, and somehow Jalen Brunson is the 26th highest paid guard in the NBA. Shout out to Dallas, Mark Cuban. We appreciate you, my brother. Some recent contracts for some players that I think are in the similar, I would say, talent gaps as Immanuel Quickley is Tyrese Maxey. He recently got a deal of 5 years, $210 million. I don't think that Quickley is going to get that type of money. And to be quite frank with you, I think Maxey is a significantly better player than Immanuel Quickley. Jordan Poole, though, I think Quickley is better than Poole, but Poole won a championship and shot 40, 50, 90 in the playoffs. He got 4 for 140, and you saw Colin Sexton get 4 for 72. I believe 5 for 100 is a solid and fair deal for Immanuel Quickley. That's the deal I would offer him. But I want to ask you this question. What should the Knicks do with Immanuel Quickley, the runner-up in Sixth Man of the Year? Should they trade him or should they extend him? Type T for trade, type E for extend. This will be the pinned comment on today's video. So when you get hit with that YouTube ad break, scroll on down and let me know. If I was the general manager for the New York Knicks, I would pay Immanuel Quickley and sign him to this team. 1, because he's a damn good basketball player. 2, because he has not even reached, I would say, close to his potential. And 3, he makes this team better. I want to look at this graphic right here from Sportico. And it kind of just illustrates the point of who are the most valuable players in the league. These are the best value NBA players this past season. And Immanuel Quickley, who made just $2.3 million last year, was listed as one of the most valuable players per price in the NBA. You also see Quentin Grimes on there. Shout out to Leon Rose for getting 2 players on this team on this list. But he had an EPM of 2.2 and a LeBron stat of 2.0 and all-in-one wins added of 6.25. Money per win added was $371,000. Immanuel Quickley is a damn good player. And I found out this stat today, plus minus, which pretty much just means what is the score outcome while you were on the floor. And Immanuel Quickley had the best plus minus of any New York Knick of all time. He was plus 319 for the New York Knicks this season. And to do that as a player coming off the bench for 70 games last year, or I guess it was 65 games last year, that is an impressive stat. Immanuel Quickley, he's an absolute stud, and I believe year 4 for Quickley is going to be one to watch. This is what he said. He's getting ready for year 4. Immanuel Quickley, quote, "My expectations for year 4 is to win. Take care of my body is a big part of my summer. In the weight room about 5 to 6 times a week, eating right, and then on the court, just working on pretty much everything, shooting, passing, ability to create for my teammates." I truly believe when I say this that we have not seen the best version of Immanuel Quickley Yeah, he is a player that can get it done on all ends of the court. He's an offensive stud. He's a defensive stud. He can score from three. He can get to the cup, and he can create his own shot in the mid-range. He has that mean floater. Did he struggle in the playoffs? Yes, he's got to tighten up that handle. We'll get to the playoffs in a second. But the thing I love the most about Quickley is he fits next to the best player on this team really, really well. IQ and Brunson in the backcourt as a pairing is very effective. And I thought Mensa from Knicks Film School, great follow, good dude as well. Go check him out. Really illustrated this point really well. Said, guys, Immanuel Quickley and Jalen Brunson shared the court for 1,906 possessions last season, and together they had a net rating of plus 12, which was in the 98th percentile. With those two on the court and Quentin Grimes off, which was just over 1,000 possessions, the net rating goes from 12.1 to 15.8, which is in the 99th percentile, which means when Brunson and Quickley are on the floor, they are one of the best duos that this league has to offer. We'll talk more quickly around the corner, but you quickly need to go get a Knicks Now Real One t-shirt. I thought that was pretty cool. Go to chatsports.com/real Knicks. You can get the blue one. You can get the black one. Be a real one, like my man OG, who's in the chat every single show. He just sent me a picture of him rocking the shirt. If you get the shirt, send me a picture on Twitter or Instagram at @MarshallGreen_, and we'll put you on the program. Let's talk about Immanuel Quickley and what he was able to do in his third season in the NBA. This is a guy that upped his scoring total to 14.9, which was a career high for him. 4.2 rebounds. He also has given you 3.4 assists. I think he's one of the most underrated rebounders in this league, and I think he's one of the best perimeter defenders at the backup guard spot in this league. But the thing that impressed me the most about Immanuel Quickley this past year was his ability to be efficient. I mean, you saw the stats just then, 44.8% from the field, but 37% from downtown. Both career highs. But he's also able to take his game to another level when he has to slide into that starting role, which he did 21 times this year. And he averaged 22.5, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 47% from the field, and 40% from downtown. But honestly, the last 51 games of the regular season for Quickley, he put up damn near all-star numbers. 18 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and the efficiency stayed consistent. Elite, to be quite frank, 47% from the field and 40% from downtown. He was great in the regular season, finished the regular season strong, played good as a starter, but he kind of sold the bag a little bit in the playoffs. And I was disappointed that he was a non-factor for the Knicks, because I do believe if you have a healthy Immanuel Quickley and a healthy Julius Randle, you beat that Miami Heat team. If you got the Immanuel Quickley that you did for the final 51 games of the regular season and just got that production from him in the playoffs, you could have probably beat the Heat in 5-6 games. It didn't happen. He struggled. But I like that he had that experience. He knows he needs to get better. He knows he needs to tighten up the handle. He knows he needs to get stronger and just become a more rounded, better basketball player. But I'm not going to overreact to Immanuel Quickley's playoff performance and lack thereof when it comes to success. Am I disappointed? Yes. But does this mean that I'm out on Immanuel Quickley? Does this mean I don't want him on this team? No way, no how. I still want him as the backup point guard, the sixth man, and the spot starter for when either Brunson, Grimes, or RJ Barrett is unable to go, because I believe he's one of the best backup players, bench players in this league. Should have been the sixth man of the year. Malcolm Brogdon winning that, an absolute joke. I want to close the show with this question right here, because 2K24, is that what year we're in? 2K24? I remember playing 2K12. Wow. Rate Immanuel Quickley as a basketball player, 2K style. If you don't know, 1 means you're the worst player in the world. 99 means you're the best player in the game. So grade Immanuel Quickley as a player using the 2K grading scale. Remember, you can also follow me over on Twitter, and I'm down to talk more New York Knicks hoops over there. So hit me up and send me a DM. Give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_.
So, Marsh, I have a prediction.
Well, prediction time?
I love Immanuel Quickley, but I'm going to go into Leon Rose's mind right now. I think he knows he needs to pay Immanuel because obviously he's going to be contract eligible. I think he's the trade piece. I think he's the one that he's trying to ship out.
So that means no extension.
I think it's going to be no extension, and I think it's going to be – I still think it's Paul George. Even though I actually do think the Clippers are going to run it back, but I think IQ might be that guy that gets moved.
If the Knicks have until the last night prior to the regular season starting to get an extension done for Immanuel Quickley. If an extension does not get done, I'll agree with you. I think they will trade him. But I don't think it'll be for Paul George. I think it will be for OG Anunoby. They need a point guard. They don't have a point guard. And we have Immanuel Quickley. Quickley could be the starting point guard today for the Toronto Raptors. Him,
Easy.
Pascal Siakam, Scotty Barnes.
He could probably start for half the league.
And the Raptors are a team that doesn't want to completely tear it down. I think that makes the most sense. But I don't want to trade him. I don't. I've been a New York Knicks fan my entire life. Born in 1994. Some of my earliest memories were those 2000, 2001 rivalries against the Miami Heat. And in my basketball life of being a Knicks fan, we have had the worst accumulation of point guards that I have ever seen. So I want to have two good ones in Immanuel Quickley and Jalen Brunson. But do you want to pay $20 million for a backup point guard when especially these new CBA rules are extremely restrictive once you enter that first, second, and third salary cap umbrella?
Tricky Nicky.
Man, Tricky Nicky in the building. Where's he been?
I was going to say, I haven't heard that name in a while.
It's been a minute, Tricky Nicky. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. I want to hold on to Quickley, but I know it costs to be the boss. Would you do Quickley and Fournier in one pick for OG Anunoby?
No.
Quickley and Fournier.
Yeah, definitely. But I just don't think OG is moving the needle. I'm not moving Quickley for a guy that doesn't move the needle. It's still Paul George for me. Like, I think he is a seamless fit.
Yeah.
Because he could be a seamless fit in almost every team.
Yeah. Look, I don't want to trade him, but I will say this. If that extension does not get signed, I hope you enjoy the last couple of times you get to watch him hoop, because I do think they will trade him if an extension doesn't get signed. Reason I'm saying that is because if you sign an extension and you're not trade eligible for 6 months, and right now the Knicks can't trade Josh Hart because they extended him. And if you extend Immanuel Quickley, you won't trade him. So there we go. Kenya Steele coming in with a $5 super chat. Kenya, if you have a question, my man, drop it in the comment section, and we'll talk about it since you didn't include it in the super chat. He ranked Immanuel Quickley as an 85, though. What do you think?
85? Probably right around. I'd probably say my gut said 84 when you threw it up, so I'm right around there.
Yeah. I could see him being anywhere from 82 to 86. Some nights he plays like an 86. Some nights he plays like a 76. We're looking just for more consistency as Immanuel Quickley gets older and older in this league. But I'm with you, Kenya. I don't want to trade him. But if we do, ship Evan Fournier's ass up out of here, too. Connie Lingus. I got to go to the chat for this one. He got cut off. Connie Lingus, cousin of... Oh, Lord.
Oh, this guy's back.
They got us again.
They got us again.
They got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got him.
Keep IQ. I'm with you, Connie. Tell Phil I said hello as well. But, yes, I would keep Immanuel Quickley. That damn green C. It is pretty funny.
Every time it pops up, it's hilarious.
That's good-ish right there. As Kenya's... He's back. It's about damn time. That's the first good one you've had in months.
And I like the D-Wade Bulls pick. That's a good one. That's a good one as well.
Where have you been? This is the Johnson.
This is the Johnson you we need.
This is the John. Look, if you want me to lower my expectations, I will. But this is the type of stuff I hold you to.
And yeah, we set the bar high for him. So like, this isn't personal when we get on him. But this is the Johnson you we need.
Holy shit, that's funny. Man, it'll suck if we can't keep some of our drafted talent. It will.
Finally. You're back, Johnson. You're good.
He's so back.
He's so
back. Yeah, I don't want to lose Immanuel Quickley. I don't.
He just had to hop in the lab a little bit. He just had to go, put in that work a little. And
That's freaking funny.
This was a name where he was like, I'm going all in.
Yeah.
Like, this was an all-in move.
That's freaking good. Kenya, Can you swallow?
Even if you just say that.
I try to shorten it up, and damn, it still got me. It still got me.
Kenya.
Oh, Kenny. Kenny, we appreciate you. Kenny, how about you get a question in for this mailbag that we have coming up? I need all of you to submit your questions in the comment section by using hashtag Knicks. If you super chat, we'll move it to the top of the line. Speaking of super chats, we're at $40 in super chats. If we get to 100, I'm going to beer shot fund race seeps. We're 60 away. If we get there, beer shot fund race. Haven't done those in a couple of weeks on this channel. I want to bring it back. Let's do it.
Yeah.
As Connie says, best education I ever received was from Johnson U. And then Patty Cake says a good 6 minutes nice night for $100 million though. I agree. But if he's starting 20 games a year, is he just a six-man?
Yeah.
Because, think about it like this. If Brunson's out, if Grimes is out, or if Barrett is out, you could insert Quickley into the starting lineup.
Yes.
You can move Grimes to the 3,
I like the stats about him playing next to Brunson.
Yeah. I want players that make our best player better.
And plus, he's such a dog defensively. He can pick up some of that slack. I do wish during the playoffs we saw more of that dog come out of Quickley.
Yeah, the playoffs left a bad taste. It did. I didn't like the way he performed in the playoffs. I was actually, to be honest, very disappointed in that.
But you also don't want to overreact to one pretty bad series.
First time he's ever been in the playoffs. Yeah. So, that's that. Let's get into this mailbag, though. Do we have enough questions? I don't see any. Hashtag Knicks or Super Chat. Also, we're $60 away from a beer shotgun. Let's get into it. CPJ says, what y'all think of RJ's game? He looked good. I don't want to sound like an RJ hater, but he didn't really do anything that I thought was new. He forced his way to the paint, and he finished around the rim. Had a couple of nice finishes with the right hand, but he's playing scrubs from Germany.
And also, if I saw RJ, even against Germany scrubs, giving a little hezzy pull in the mid-range, see some more skill development.
Yeah.
Look a little quicker.
Oh!
No way!
OG!
No way!
OG, the homie!
Whoa!
Coming in with the $60
out of nowhere!
He says, I haven't supported in a while. Get the boo. Honestly, F it. I'm doing a boo for my guy, OG.
All right.
Let's ride. Everybody type your OGs
Get 'em
in
going.
the chat. Let's freaking ride. That was incredible.
Out of nowhere, OG.
OG, the homie. We're going to pop up his picture on the screen as well because my man is the definition of a real one.
Yeah, OG, I saw this photo. You're looking good, man.
My man said, and I'm about to post it. He said, I can't, the heat, it's too hot in the summer. I got to bring the heat when it's not as hot. My man is swagged up.
Dude,
killing.
that shit just fired me
Holy
the hell
shit.
up.
OG, dude. What the fuck?
OG.
OG, let's ride. Let's freaking ride. I'm pumped up. I'm pumped the hell up.
Oh, my God.
What studio is this, D?
Yeah. OG. Kenya Steele showing OG some love. OG, you guys, wait till this picture loads up. He looks so good in the Real Ones t-shirt.
Look, y'all can look as good as OG does. Get your shirt. Let's freaking ride.
Oh, my goodness.
CPJ says my boy OG. I mean,
dude.
The swag. The swag. Freaking dope.
Show him some love.
Get your t-shirt today. Be a real one like OG. Go to chatsports.com/real Knicks. And if you get the t-shirt by going to that link and you send it to me on Twitter or Instagram at @MarshallGreen_, we'll put it on the show. OG has been supporting this show for as long as I can remember. He's been a real one. Salute to you. Show him some love. Type those OGs in the chat.
Like that looks good.
OG.
Like OG.
That shit's fire.
Dude, it looks sick.
Hey,
and it matches the hat.
Save some for us, OG.
No,
shit.
serious. He's going to be walking around New York slanging that. Come on.
Oh, OG. That hat is fresh, too.
Yeah, I like the hat.
That hat is fresh, as we did.
I wish I could get that facial hair. That's what I want to grow into in my life, is to have that facial hair like my man OG's got.
OG, shout out to him, a legend on the channel. Salute, my man. Another real one, Trey Miles coming in.
Let's go.
That's right. Yo, fellas, we got to keep IQ, but I might have to agree with Seeps. If there's a big move to be made, he might be involved. I'm scared that he will be.
You know what? This will be the first question that Marsh dives into on the mailbag.
I like that. Let's start the mailbag with this question. Seeps is going to go fill up the boot. I'm going to take it down. My man OG says, get you a real one shirt. OG, how's the fit? How's the feel? Because somehow my black one hasn't shown up in the mail just yet. And I have the blue one. The blue one's nice, but the black one's fresh. I think I'm a fan of the black one over the blue. Trey Miles, yeah. What up, homie? Hashtag True York. Can't wait for my tea, bro. Can't wait for the tea. Jay Hill dropping a random Knick in there. Trey Miles. Kenya says good stuff. Stash says we want the Greek or Embiid. Yeah, I'd love to get Giannis or Joel Embiid. Would love to. Patty Cake says Knicks fans got to stop getting attached to players so much. IQ is the perfect guy to trade for another star. If Quick was so good, he would have to the starting point. I don't agree with that. He's only been in the NBA for 3 years, and he was drafted in the late 20s. Would you want him in his second year to be a starter on this team? I don't really understand that. So I don't really agree with that, Patty Cakes. I don't really agree. Marlon says, hello, it's been a minute. What's up, my man? He says, did the Knicks trade Evan Fournier? No, they have not moved Evan Fournier in a deal just yet. Whew, smell happy, Dad. Nothing like it. I'm not here much about it. The trade with Atlanta is what I'm talking about. No, Evan Fournier has not been moved yet. He said it fits nicely. Shout to my man OG.
Let's go.
That's right. I'm going to take down this boot. 3 happy dads. Oh, the bubbles are always what gets me. Here we go. Shout out to OG. Spam OG in the chat. Seeps will give you some shout outs.
Shout out to OG. Honestly, that might have been the most electric super chat we've gotten in a very long time. That just fired me the hell up. Fired me up. Shout out to OG. Legend here. Legend during the season. Still a legend right now. Jet life for life. Saying OG will. Another real one saying OG with 2 goat emojis. Bat. It's OG walking into the building. Shout out to all you guys joining us so far. Another great stream. Again, get those questions in there. Hashtag Knicks as well. And we will break it down for you guys. But Marsh kind of going to town right now. This might be an all-timer for him. No spillage either. Or slight spillage, but let's go. Let's go.
Oh, shit. That hurts. You know, you never get used to it. I got a burp.
Yeah, so yeah, it's not something you get better at. You just manage it better.
Woo! Oh, I did spill a little. Looks like I kind of milked myself. Brutal. Holy shit. I'm like sweating. Oh, much better. Oh, much better. Sorry about that. It's just the price of doing biz. Shit, that's not good. I think we need just rub. Oh, I almost said some super pause.
Bring the fan to it.
Bring the fan to it?
Bring the fan to it.
Studio C fan? Studio C fan.
Yeah, we got other people.
We stole this fan from someone's studio, and they weren't happy.
Yeah, they started crying about it.
Yeah, so I think we're getting more fans at work.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I know.
We live in frickin' Texas. We live in Texas. I love the name 231 Dada Facts. Like, Dada. I love that.
Dada.
I don't think this is working all that well. As we did get a super chat from Clee Torres says hashtag Knicks trade IQ and EF for Paul.
We just said Torres.
His name, Clee
No, yeah.
Torres.
Clee Torres.
He's in his bag right now.
He is in his bag, dude. Dude, I don't know. Maybe it's because he graduated from the school of Johnson U and he has all the knowledge right now. Is Crim's dad, is he entering his prime?
Crimmy?
I feel like Crimmy's entering his prime right now.
I could see it.
Like he had a great rookie year. Sophomore year, kind of maintained Crim's dad. And now it's year 3 and you're going back up.
Is it year 3 for Crimmy and he's hitting his stride right now?
And then it's Johnson U. It's like LeBron, where it's like he still got it. He just picks and chooses his spots.
Yeah, dude, this just isn't gonna dry. May have to go to the changing room real quick. But Mr. Torres, yeah, I would love to trade Immanuel Quickley. No, I wouldn't, to be honest. I'll give him RJ Barrett.
You would give him Immanuel Quickley. You would. Like, I know you would.
I do not want to trade Immanuel Quickley.
If you had a yes or no button, and it was that trade, you are 100% clicking the yes. Dude, stop. Yes, you are. He's a top 20 player in the league.
Dude. It's a risk.
Hey, you're going to have to risk it eventually,
You are.
man.
My man Robert, what's up, bro? Michael says, welcome back, Marsh. How was vacation? It was awesome, man. Got to spend some time with my mom, dad, brother, sister, and my nephew, as well as my sister-in-law and her parents. I don't get to see them all that much, so it was awesome to spend about a week or so with them on the beach. It was awesome, and I'm missing it already. But I'm back. I'm ready to get to work and put some work in. Kenya says we don't want pandemic Pete. Can you still see it? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. All right, I'm going to be right back real quick. Seeps,
right.
Hold it down.
I'll hold down the fort. All right. We don't have a solo producer cam in the stew. Here we go. Hold on, everybody.
We're at 106. We get to 150 beer shot fun. Let's do it.
All right. 150, we're doing a beer shot fun race here on the channel. Marsh is going to go change real quick. 44 away. 44 away from a beer shot fun race. Shout out to everybody who's joined so far. 142 people watching. 88 likes. Love to see it, guys. Love to see it. How you guys doing? It's just, it's just our time. I would definitely do it for Giannis. Yeah, CPJ, I hope you would do it for Giannis. Yeah, I'll stand in this camp. You guys, I know you guys love Immanuel Quickley. I love Immanuel Quickley. Seeps, your fake news. Maxey hasn't gotten an extension yet. I don't know what you're talking about. Michael saying CPC drumming on. It is what it is, looking in good shape. Are you talking about Andre Drummond? Yeah, I seen him hooping recently. He looks good, actually. It's crazy how he's only 30 years old, by the way, also. Colin, hey. Crim's dead. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. He says, hey, Seeps. Colin, how you doing? Melbster saying Quickley deserves it. He was second round pick. Became a top 3 6-man. Yeah, no, like, I get it. Like, Quickley, what he's accomplished, like, he's incredible. I love Immanuel Quickley. Like, in a vacuum, like, his archetype of scoring guard, he can D up, he can be a playmaker, he can be a shot creator. Kenya? Oh. I'm going to have to take that up with Marsha, actually, because I didn't build that section. That was actually somebody else here. I'm gonna have to take that up with Marsh, Kenya. But yeah, no. I love Quickley. But again, a guy like PG, I think moves the needle. I don't know if PG or Quickley moves the needle yet. You can like Quickley all you want. Every team has to make these tough decisions. He's the only player we can ship for a star. Nobody wants RJ. Patty Cakes, I totally agree with you. That is a great point. Trade value of RJ and Quickley, I think it's a lot steeper the difference than people think. I think a team like the Clippers or the Raptors, they look at a guy like Immanuel Quickley, they're like, that could be the franchise point guard. That could be our Jalen Brunson, for example. I don't know if they view that as the same way as RJ Barrett. I think they view RJ Barrett as maybe we bring him in, he'll be a bad or good stats, bad team type of guy. But Kenya, I think, called us out a little bit. I don't think Maxey signed that yet.
Did he not?
Yeah.
I think they did.
Maybe they did.
Did he not sign it officially?
Because I remember that was getting reported.
Did it not happen? Someone tweeted out that it did. Where'd I find that?
Yeah.
From Twitter. Might have been fake news.
Oh, Colin, you dog. You dog, Colin. Colin, you're too sweet. You are too sweet. Colin, all hoes. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Colin. We do have a mailbag coming up, so get those questions in. Last call for the mailbag. You guys want to get your question answered, steer the ship a little bit, let us know. Let us know.
I hate when you can't find it.
Seeps, did you get my question in? Let's see what one we're talking about here. Yeah, I did, Kenya. We're actually going to start this off with a question from a man, Trey. Trey Miles, my guy. We're going to start off with him. Kenya, I might go the you question too. I don't know where I'm going to be feeling.
There should be a button.
Yeah. Get those questions in there. Seeps better got my question in. Guys, it's a lot of pressure on me.
He's likely to get fucked.
Likely?
Yeah, it's been a comment. Likely.
Yeah.
So that's the max he can get. That's all.
Kenya, I know. I can host when Marsh has to go throw up. That's the beauty of Knicks now.
No.
We're just having a costume change. T-shirt
I actually
change.
just blow dried my shirt.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just kept the same shirt on and blow dried it.
Drew
it.
I blow dried my shirt. Where's the past tense for that?
I don't know, but fuck, man. That's on me. I thought I misread it. It says Maxey will likely get a max. So that's on me. Maybe we try to fix that in a second. Who noted that? I want to give them a shout out.
Kenya Swallow. You know who?
Oh, shit. Never mind. JU, good stuff there. Good stuff. That's on me.
Redemption stream for Johnson.
Honestly, yeah. This is a big bounce back game for Johnson U.
It was.
That's a big bounce back. Let's do your Miles one, and then let's do that USA early too for the pink comment. That's on me.
Redemption arc. Yep.
That's on me. Colin and Mr. Torres, thank you for the super chats. We appreciate it. Let's get in this mailbag, though. Last chance for you to get your questions in right now. You are watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. We're going to break down the latest rumors surrounding the Knicks in a way that only we can do it. We're going to answer questions from subscribers on today's video. And if we didn't get to your question, it's your own dang fault. It means you're not subscribed. And you can change that right now by going down and hitting that subscribe button. You could have just did it. Or just did it right now. Or right now. So don't be a fraud. Hit that subscribe button. Videos every day on the latest Knicks news and rumors. This one coming in from a legend, Trey Miles. Yeah! Says, yo, fellas, we got to keep Immanuel Quickley, but I might have to agree with Seeps that if there's a big move to be made, he might be involved. I think that it all comes down to if Immanuel Quickley and the Knicks can agree to some sort of contract extension. He is extension eligible, and the Knicks have until the night before the season starts to get it done. If they don't get a contract extension done, Quickley will be a restricted free agent heading into the summer, and the Knicks may not be willing to pay what it costs if another team is willing to outbid the Knicks. It is being reported that Quickley is looking for a 5-year, $100 million deal. That's $20 million per. That would make him, I believe, like the 30th, 31st, 32nd highest paid guard in the league, and I think that about checks out. I don't want to trade him, but I'll say this. If that extension doesn't get done, yeah, he might be on the way out. This one coming in from To The Moon. We appreciate it. Says, do you think Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart are recruiting anybody on Team USA? I do. I do believe that Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, as they are playing for the FIBA men's U.S. national team, that they are recruiting some players. Here is the roster. You got Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Austin Reeves, Paolo Banchero, Mikal Bridges, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson, Cam Johnson, Walker Kessler, and Bobby Portis. I want to ask this question, though. If you could add any of these players to the New York Knicks roster, who would you want it to be? Pick a player for the Knicks to add. Is it Anthony Edwards? Is it Austin Reeves? Is it Paolo Banchero, Mikal Bridges, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson, Cam Johnson, or is it Bobby Portis? Let me know. What player do you want to see the Knicks add from this USA team? Dad Pool on YouTube. What up, my man? Hope all is well. He says, who, in your opinion, is the first Knick to fall out of the rotation this season, and who takes their spot? That is a good question. And I'm not necessarily sure anyone falls out of the rotation because right now, I would say the Knicks have a 9-man rotation. That includes Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, and Julius Randle. That's 5 guys right there. Then you got Immanuel Quickley. That's 6. Dante DiVincenzo is 7. Josh Hart is 8. And then Jericho Sims is 9. Hartenstein is 9. Jericho Sims is 10. So at most you have a 10-man rotation. I don't think anyone falls out of the rotation, to be honest with you. I know it doesn't really answer your question, but it kind of does. Honestly, I don't see anyone falling out of this rotation. I think they're going to rock and roll with that 9, 10-man rotation. I will say this. Let's say, knock on wood, Quentin Grimes gets hurt and he misses 2 months, and maybe Dante DiVincenzo or Josh Hart slides into that starting lineup. If they play good, maybe that changes the starting lineup, but I don't see anyone necessarily falling completely out of this rotation, Cam Reddish or Evan Fournier style. Kenya, what up, bruh? Says Knicks should sign Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins. It's actually funny. I was talking with producer Seeps yesterday about this, and who was the person that I said it? That he was a top 5 big still in this league? Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith went on to the Paul George podcast P, and said that DeMarcus Cousins would be a top 5 center in this league. I just don't agree with that. I don't think DeMarcus Cousins has much left in the tank. I mean, you look at his recent years in the NBA. In 2021 and 2022, he played 31 games for the Nuggets and had 9 points per game and shot 32% from 3. He hasn't averaged more than 10 points per game since the 2018-2019 season when he was a part of the Golden State Warriors. I didn't know they averaged 16 points for the Warriors that year. I only played 30 games. Look, should he be out of the league? No. Is he a top 5 center like Stephen A. Smith said? No. Should the Knicks sign him? No. CPJ, what up, bro? Do you think we make a move before the season starts or in the trade deadline? If so, who are the targets? I think that the Knicks are probably going to run with this team to start the year. But we've seen the past couple of years the Knicks have made some in-season moves. 2 years ago, they made an in-season trade for Cam Reddish. Last year, they made a trade for Josh Hart. I do believe a trade is coming. If I had to bet when it is going to happen, I would say before the NBA trade deadline. I think they want to see what this team looks like. But I do think a trade will be coming before the NBA trade deadline. There's just too many cooks in the kitchen right now. Look, who's going to be your your closing lineup? You know, Brunson, Randle, and a big man, whether that's Mitch, Rob, or Hartenstein, are going to be a part of the closing lineup. That leaves 2 spots for RJ Barrett, Immanuel Quickley, Quentin Grimes, Dante DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart. 2 spots for 5 guys that all deserve those minutes. I think a consolidation trade could be coming. If that trade happens, a video is going to happen on this channel because if the Knicks make a move, we make a video. Help us become the largest Knicks channel on YouTube. We're getting closer and closer to 30,000 subs, and we need your help. I'm once again asking for you to subscribe, so hit that big red button right now. My man Kenya, what up, brother? Are the Knicks good enough to compete with their current roster? Compete, yes. I mean, look, you were a top 4 team in the Eastern Conference last year after you beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. You were in the Final Four of the East. You were in the Elite 8 of the NBA. Shoot, the Knicks competed last year. They took the Miami Heat to 6 games, and that's with the hurt ankle, Julius Randle that needed surgery, Immanuel Quickley that was god-awful and didn't play the final 2 games. The Knicks are good enough to compete. Are they good enough to compete for an NBA Finals? If that's your question, my answer is no right now. I do not think the Knicks are good enough to compete for the NBA Finals, but I do believe this team could win another playoff series. I believe they could win 2 playoff series. Can they get to the Eastern Conference Finals? I think they can. I think that's their ceiling right now, but I do think they are a move or 2 away and an upgrade in the starting lineup at a position to be championship contenders. So that's my answer on that. Kenya, appreciate the question. Fabian, what's up, bro? Hope all is well. Says, think the performance from RJ can carry over to the season. We've seen in the past that people come back from Team USA or international play, the Olympics or the FIBA World Cup, and be really good. And most notably, Knicks fans know that from Carmelo Anthony. We've seen him play for Team USA, come into the season in great shape, get off to a super hot start. The Knicks need that out of RJ Barrett, who just had a great game against Germany a couple of days ago. 31 points, 5 rebounds, 13 of 14 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3. That's the RJ Barrett we know and we fell in love with. But the Knicks need to get off to a fast start because the last 2 years, RJ Barrett has been terrible to start the year. I'm actually going to look something up real quick, so give me a second here. The early part of the season, I think, is going to be important for the Knicks because they are going to make a trade. But for RJ specifically, the beginning part of the season is going to be important. In RJ Barrett's career, he shoots 38.9% from the field in November. In his career, he shoots 40% from the field in December. So he usually gets off to slow starts. Hopefully, he's in great shape and he carries over the play and the game-ready skills from Team Canada to Team US, from Team Canada to Team Knicks, the New York Knicks. I hope that's the case, Fabian, because he's going to need it, I'm going to need it, and this team's going to need it. OG, my man, if we do need to move RJ, what can we get for him in IQ? RJ and Quickley? You're trading both those guys in a trade? Looking at a guy like Paul George, I think. I think you're looking at a guy like Zach LaVine. Maybe a guy like Brandon Ingram. Those would be 3 guys that I would keep my eye on. But yeah, I hate seeing trade RJ and Immanuel Quickley, but I think the Knicks are going to make some sort of consolidation trade. It gets me upset to think about it because I want to see these young kids with New York cross their chest fulfill their potential. I just don't know if they're ever going to get there. But honestly, I think the Knicks are, and I would never do it. I think they're going to trade Quentin Grimes. I really do. You got Dante DiVincenzo and you got Josh Hart. How many of those scrappy 3-and-D players do you really need? You don't have an Immanuel Quickley replacement. I think it's RJ and Quentin Grimes is the trade. We already know they talked about trading RJ and Quentin Grimes for Paul George. Could they revisit that? I don't know. Tricky Nicky says, I feel like with the Sixers drama that Embiid might be incoming soon. How do you feel? What do you mean by soon? Days? Weeks? Months? I don't think Joel Embiid is getting traded this year. I think he will finish the year with the Sixers. But let's say this. The Harden stuff hits the wall. Shit hits the fan. It goes south. The Sixers do not make it to the second round of the playoffs. Could then Joel Embiid, former CAA client, formerly represented by Leon Rose, good friends with Leon Rose. Leon Rose was invited to his wedding. Could he then request a trade? I think next summer, a year from now, is the summer of Joel Embiid if the Sixers fall flat on their face. Before we bounce on out of here, I want to ask this question. Name a random Knick in the comment section. No, Carmelo Anthony is not random. Patrick Ewing is not random. Allen Houston is not random. Latrell Sprewell is not random. I'd say Moochie Norris is random. I'd say Bino Udrih is random. I'd say Steve Francis, Pablo Prigioni. Give me your name of a random Knick down in the comment section. What about like Big Shot Bob, Chauncey Billups? Remember, you could also follow me over on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to Knicks Now. Love doing these mailbags, just getting to interact with you guys and answer your questions. So if you want more of these, hit me up on Twitter and give me a follow. That's right. My laptop has died, so I can't see the chat.
You want me to go get that charger for you?
Probably gonna sign off here in a sec. I gotta do a couple more things at work. People are still watching?
105.
105. Yeah, we're going to bounce on out of here. Shout out to everybody that tuned in today. Super chatted. OG coming in with the $60 super chat. The MVP. Shout out to Crim's dad. Shout out to Johnson U. Shout out to Kenya. First time super. First time super. It was 2 Kenyas.
Oh, and we actually forgot to show love to another first time super chatter.
We got a first time super chatter? I thought I saw that come in.
You're not going to believe who it was.
Dada! My man, Dada! 2-3-1-1. Let's get a little 2-clap. 2-clap for Dada. Shout out to young Dada. We appreciate it, my man. $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. Hope all is well. We'll be live again a week from today. I want to see you there next Tuesday. So turn on your notifications and show some love to Dada. Dun Dada.
Dada.
What is that from? Dun Dada. Let me know in the chat. I'll check it later. This one just was too obvious for me. I can't even say it.
Yeah.
Mr. Dixon, we appreciate it. Says hashtag Knicks. Add M Bridges, please. I would love to add Mikal Bridges.
We all would.
Is it for sure, Mikal? Like, take out realisticness. You're going Bridges over Banchero for the Knicks?
100%.
Why?
He's a better shooter.
Is he a better?
Dude, Banchero is literally Julius Randle.
Banchero could be the best player in the league in 8 years.
He could.
He could.
But like he's not though.
He reminds me of Denver. He reminds me of Denver Melo. Just had a relentless attacker to the rim.
But like, was Melo ever the best player in the league?
Shoot, he got to the Western Conference Finals and almost dethroned Kobe.
Dude, you're telling Bridges would be such a better fit.
I love Bridges.
He's a sniper.
I'd go Banchero over Bridges.
No, you would not.
I would.
Oh, no way.
I would. I'd go Banchero over Bridges.
Wow.
Lengthens your window, too. He's like 19. He's 19, dude.
Yeah, but I'd rather have, like, Bridges can step in and be ready right now. He's hungry.
I love Bridges, too.
He's hungry.
Mr. Dixon. Or I guess you can call him Mr. Butts. And Dun Dada. My man, we appreciate everybody that super chatted today, tuned in, hit that thumbs up icon, that commented. If you haven't yet, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about Knicks Now, fastest growing channel on YouTube when it comes to the Knicks. Shout out to you guys. We'll be back next Tuesday. Videos every day the rest of the week. Let's ride.